Hey everyone, this is the final milestone for GAM 575 where we had to add an animation system to our existing game engine. So for our animation system to work, we want to make it data driven, and so we created this animation converter which takes in an FBX model, as you can see in this batch file. So it takes in an FBX model and then it outputs the relevant animation data, which is going to be the number of clips, the number of frames, the number of bones, and the translation, rotation, and scale for each bone at a particular frame into this .spu package file. And obviously I outputted the output to a text file just for debugging purposes. So if I run this really quick, so the teddy bear has actually two clips. It has a walk and it has an idle. Well, there's actually a third, but the third one's not really. It's like a null. And then the humanoid has three clips, and it has a run, a shot, and a punch animation. And I'm running all these at a time mode of 30 frames per second. And the humanoid model, as you can see, has a lot of bones. So once we created those package files back in our game engine, so I'm adding the model. And it's basically like a pyramid model. I had created a model manager and a shader object manager so that I don't have to keep on creating brand new bones or brand new shader objects when I can just pull one that I already have. So if I need to pull one at a different portion of the code, I don't have to use new to create one. I can just call the shader object manager or the model manager. So when I create the animations, I'm calling the file name. And then this is for our PCS tree. This is just an identifier so that I can know what it is called. And so when we create that, I have a method called priv read.spu, and that basically takes in the file name and it extracts the bone data and extracts the skeleton data, and then it creates the skeleton hierarchy. And it creates the clips as well. So in our create hierarchy, like I said, we're using the model manager to find that, and the same thing for the shader. And then for each of the bone, we create it and we connect all the bones together, and they're all connected to this null object, which is a rigid object, and it's not animated. And then after we do that, we set the animation data, and our phead bucket is basically going to be our resultant frame. So when we do update our game at every single frame, it's going to go to the particular frame, and it's going to get all the bones for that and put that in that first bucket of a clip, and that is going to be used to basically process the animation. So in our update right here, so we're going to process the animation. We're going to calculate that B resultant frame, the first bucket of a clip, and then we're going to basically assign the B resultant frame, and then we're going to set the pose. So then set the pose, we're just going to go through each of the bones and then set whatever values we have from B result. And I created also a time controller, and this is going to help us basically walk through the animation. We can play, we can pause, we can play it in forward or reverse, or we can set the speed, playing it at a normal or slow speed, and then we can also switch the animation. And then I have an animation manager, and I'm adding these two animations to the manager, and then right here I just have this conditional where I'm just setting the current to the teddy animation, and then I'm setting the camera to the teddy cam. And so if I run this really quick, we can see that this is the teddy bear animation. This is it walking at a slow speed. If I press the X button, it's going to increase the speed or toggle the speed between fast and slow. If I press the Z button, it's going to play it in reverse. If I press it again, it's going to toggle between reverse and forward. If I press C, it's going to go to the next clip. So this is the idle clip. And then if I press C again, it's going to go to the next clip. And this is take 3, but there's nothing, no data from that. So there's nothing. So you can press pause by pressing the space bar. We can rotate, we can see it, and we can press pause again by continuing it. So this is the teddy bear walk, and then this is the teddy bear idle animation. And now, to see the humanoid, just set this to 0, and we can display this. So this is the run animation, going obviously at a slow speed. This is the regular speed again. And then this is the next animation, which is the punch. We can slow it down, just see that punch go through, and it just loops back again. And then this is the shot animation, where the model is getting shot and then dies. You can play that in reverse, pause it, and go to the next one. It just loops back. So hopefully you guys, this gives a quick glimpse at what my animation system can do. Thanks for watching.